Leedz Edutainment. You're chilling right now online with NEHip-Hop.com. Hip-hop music for me started in 1992, I think. My neighbors, I grew up listening to heavy metal, so hip-hop really wasn't. I wasn't living in the suburbs too, of northern Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire, and hip-hop really hadn't hit there yet. So I grew up listening to heavy metal and hard rock, and when I moved, when I was about 12 years old, my neighbors brought me down some hip-hop, Ice-T, Ice Cube, Public Enemy, and I started listening to it there. And basically from there on, I started listening to pretty much hip-hop nonstop. I also listened to other music too, but hip-hop from that point became the main focus. I didn't decide to really make it a career until around, I was probably about 22, 23. I actually started as a DJ around 19, when I was 19, back in like 1998. But then decided I was going to get into the business side of things around 2002. When I went to enrolled in Northeastern and I studied the music business. And from there, Northeastern, I got an internship at Metro Concepts, and then at Metro Concepts is where I decided, I learned about shows and I was going to become a promoter. I left Metro Concepts deceased, and then I started Leedz Edutainment in 2004, and I've been being a full-time hip-hop promoter since. Any advice for anybody being a promoter? Save your money, because you probably will lose it in the beginning. Basically, if you're going to be a promoter, you got to separate. The biggest thing I can tell people when if they want to be a promoter or in the business side of anything is you got to separate yourself from what you like and what you don't like, and focus on the business. It's very easy for someone. Most of us get in the music business because we like the music and we want to participate and we're fans and this and that. That doesn't necessarily work well for the business. The more of a fan you are, probably the less money you're going to probably make, and probably the more trouble you're going to get in, and a victim of certain things. So you have to learn how to separate that, because if you're being a fan and being excited about business, sometimes can hurt you because you might make bad business decisions that will cost you money. And then if you keep losing money, you're going to eventually be out the game. I made those mistakes in the beginning. When I first started doing shows, it was just who I liked, and it was just booking the artists I thought deserved a shot. And sometimes, it doesn't really work that way. You got to be a well-rounded business mogul, but you got to do everything. Not every artist that I book I like. I book them because it's a good business move. And I also book artists that I do like that aren't such a good business move. So it works kind of both ways. And so that's the biggest advice I can tell you, is separate your emotions from the business and you'll be successful. Music business is full of egotistical people and people that come from all types of backgrounds. I mean, I'm no different, I have to control certain stuff that I don't want to control sometimes, but music business is full of people, all types of people, good, bad, and ugly, and you're going to come across them all. And sometimes you can be working with, the music business is a perfect example of working with someone that you hate, but you have to work with them because you have to. And you run into that all the time. And you got to still work sometimes with people that screw you over. And, and surprisingly that comes back around good sometimes. And then you work with people you like, and that's a blessing. But it's one of the tougher things in the music business is working with people who are very difficult, and there's a bunch. So I definitely deal with that on a day-to-day. People contact me mostly because I'm the main guy that does hip-hop in Boston, and it's not something I wanted to be in the beginning. It's just something that happened. To promote hip-hop shows is extremely difficult. And it just kind of became that way. If you're new and you're an up-and-coming artist and you are trying to get on these shows, you can contact me at leedsedutainment.com or any other social media, Facebook, Twitter, with all that good stuff. But if you're new and up-and-coming artist, and it's very difficult to be an artist these days in hip-hop because it's not much money in the beginning, so you got to just hustle hard, and hitting me up is one way, but there's a million other things you can do. You got to get your viral game going on, internet, social media. You got to keep making music, put out music, you know, and keep going. Because nowadays, fans' attention deficit, and they forget things as soon as you release it. So it's consistency is key. And you know, like I said, if you're trying to do hip-hop shows, you can contact me. Or you contact any other hip-hop promoter in any other market. So that's what I suggest. I mean, when I first started doing hip-hop shows, it pretty much, the only way you could really promote them as an up-and-coming independent promoter was to hand out flyers on the street. You know, that was like the only way. And since then, there was the emergence of MySpace, and that changed the game. And then came Facebook, and that changed the game. And now Twitter changed the game. And now I barely print up a flyer. I make a flyer online, but I barely print them up on the street anymore unless it's something huge, or it's something we just did for something else. It's not essential anymore. Social media has definitely helped promoting shows in a lot of ways, making them a lot more efficient to promote too. Instead of always having to hand out flyers and physically be there, you can just click and you can hit thousands and thousands of people. So yeah, it's changed a lot. The talent has changed a lot. You know, when I started off, it was a whole different style of hip hop that was working. Nowadays, it's a whole nother different style that's working. And that's another thing I can suggest is you got to be able to grasp the changing the music, because you know, you can't be super opinionated. Like, I don't like this stuff, I'm not going to work with it, because then you're not going to make any money when it comes around. And so you have to separate your opinions as well. And yeah, I don't agree with everything that works these days in music, but it's not my call, it's the fans' call. I'm just a businessman. Being in hip-hop, I mean, I always loved the music first, so I opened up this studio, SoundClass Station, inside of Sanctum Sound here, and basically started recording artists I work with. Right Hook, Black Medine, Stu Cat, some early stuff with Slain, and among tons of other artists, Amadeus the Stampede, you know, plus miscellaneous different people that came to the studio. I started off in my apartment and then made the progression into actually opening up a studio. And I figured with the shows, it give artists another outlet to record as well, because you got to record music. And so we also, you know, so that's how that whole thing started. And then I just became, I always loved producing music, so I just started producing music, and I put out like 15 to 16 different albums / compilations / whatever, and you know, just basically just keep consistently doing that, and then, you know, opening up the channels for other artists to come in here and record and, you know, get a good mix on their on their songs, because everyone's got studios in their house, but does your mix sound good? So that's what we do here. We make the mix sound good. So check us out, SoundClass Station, inside Sanctum Sounds. You can hit me up on all the social medias as well, LeedsEdutainment.com for that. Through the studio, we put out a compilation called The Write-Off Volume 3, which is the final of the three, the series of The Write-Off, and basically collaborated with local Boston artists and some national artists, with everybody I work with, and just kind of put it out there. Called The Write-Off because we give it away for free. It's just a write-off. Nowadays, music, you have to give it away for free, so some people choose to sell it. I choose to give it away for free, reach more people as possible. So, and it features anyone from like Stally, Slain, Right Hook, Torre, Paulo the Great, Fallside, Matty Trump, Rob Whitaker, Stu Cat, Black Medine. I mean, everyone's on there that I've worked with. And it came out, I think, December 19th. You can get that at leedsedutainment.bandcamp.com. And yeah, that's pretty much it with that. Download it, let me know what you think. Leedz Edutainment is constantly growing. I mean, I can't sit still anymore. I used to try to take days off. Now I'm trying to get as much done as soon as possible. We're trying to grow. Leedz Edutainment's always tried to grow outside of Boston. We've tried to go. We do shows in Rhode Island. We do shows in Maine. We do shows, any out-of-state shows we try to do. As far as we're trying to put music out internationally now, so you know, putting the music out there, and just trying to grow steadily, because you know, I can't sit still, and you got to constantly be changing and thinking of ways to better your business. Otherwise, if you stay still, it's just going to go down. Check us out, LeedsEdutainment.com. We're at the Middle East Club Church. Any other venue that does hip-hop, we'll be there.